Coach Greg Meehan, Stanford, finishing second tonight. A nice night, but just not quite enough to catch the Georgia Bulldogs. You guys obviously had that adversity on Thursday night with the relay. Do you feel like your team really managed to keep up the momentum the whole weekend that you sort of gained as a response to that?
Yeah. First off, congratulations to Georgia. They just had an incredible meet this weekend, and to Cal and to A&M as well for being fourth. I swear A&M gets on the podium every year. It's really impressive. I don't think there are too many teams that could have come back from the blow that is on the very first night with losing 40 points with the DQ and to watch them just refuse to kind of let it go and keep fighting for each other. This is as proud of a team that I've had in 18 years of coaching.
This is your highest finish in your 4 years at Stanford,
we were second in 2014.
Right. Does that still feel pretty good to be taking home that second place trophy, even if the goal's a little higher?
Have you told me we were going to get second at the beginning of the year, I would have said you were crazy. Just with all the
people say that all the time.
With all that, well, I think with our red shirts and with Katie deferring and relative inexperience, it's just amazing to see how much they grew through the course of the year, and that happens through amazing senior leadership. And I have just the best coaches on my staff. Tracy is not only is she the best assistant in the country, but she's one of the best coaches in the country, and I'm just so proud of the team effort.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Let's talk about some of the individual performances tonight. Ella in the 200 fly coming on like a freight train the last 50. Did you think there was a chance that she had it, to win that race at even the 150?
Well, you kind of saw that Kelsey went out pretty hard, so I thought there was a chance because Ella's a good closer and came home in 29.0 and you just 151 flat's a really good swim, and congrats to Kelsey for putting herself out there to get the win. But really proud of Ella with that swim to walk away with 2 wins and a really close second. She had one heck of a meet.
Has she it's hard to say someone can change as a swimmer in 4 days, but with what's happened the past 4 days, how has she grown as a swimmer?
One of the things that she does really well is she learns from each experience and kind of takes that to her next race. She did a really good job of that through Pac-12s, and then the change that she's made from Pac-12s to here in terms of her details has been really good. We still have a lot of work to do, but she's on a really good path.
Yeah. Got to talk about Leah, second in the 100 free, which got to be a little tough for her. Yeah. And then, but coming back to anchor that relay, being the leader for this year's team.
Leah's been there for us all year. I mean, at some point with as few people as we had here, we were going to run out of gas.
Yeah.
And we had a little bit of that, but she still had a great 100, and congrats to Olivia for going 46.7 there. So Leah, there's certainly no shame in being second in 47.0, and I think it's her third best swim ever, which is pretty spectacular. She had 14 races this weekend, and that was her 13th race to be 47.0. So that was pretty awesome.
Yeah. So a year ago we were in Greensboro. We were talking about it. You guys got third. Really, was no way that you guys were going to move up from that point. This year a little bit more subdued, getting second. But we talked about what was coming next. How this year was a little uncertain. But next year you guys are positioned to be pretty loaded. Is that sort of crossed your mind yet, or is it very much all on this year's team?
Really trying to keep our focus on this year's team and enjoy the moments that this year's team presents, because they've given us a ton of moments that we've really cherished and enjoyed. And so I didn't want to rush through that. And I know we've got a really strong team next year, but that's for later. I think it's really keeping the focus on this collegiate season, and then also keeping the focus now moving forward to what's ahead this summer in Omaha.
And speaking of what's ahead, so I hear you're not going back to California tomorrow.
No.
Explain.
I'll be heading up to the Springs for a couple weeks for a training camp.
And some of the people that are here are going with you.
Ella and Leah are going to go with Simone and Maya and Felicia. And a couple others, and so it's going to be a really good camp and kind of springboard off of this meet and sort of refocus on long course.
Coach, is facing someone like Jack Bowerly, does it change up your game plan? Is he someone that you've learned from as a coach?
Yeah, Jack just has so much class, and I feel like he does things the right way. and has been a role model to me. We're both Philly guys, which is kind of cool, and there's a lot of, if you ever meet anybody from Philly, there's a lot of pride in us, and so just as a coach who's had so much success over the years, he's really inspired me to continue to work hard and get better, and I mean, it's amazing what he's accomplished.
So, going back to Ella, I guess over the last few years, you guys have had a lot of freshmen come in who are very high up on the spectrum just coming into Stanford, and you've really seen them keep continuing to improve. I think that seems to come a lot from their ability to handle themselves at big meets like this on the mental side of things. Can you talk kind of a little bit about the culture that you've tried to breed and like how they have helped each other grow in that way?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think the process to get to a place like Stanford academically, I think just requires so much of them they just have to be so good in everything that they're doing through their high school that, they've had to handle a lot of adversity to kind of put themselves in a position. And then when they get on campus, they're surrounded by 18 to 20 other people that have had that similar experience. And, there's just no free pass. And that sense of work ethic, I think, is there. And so, we just have to draw on that. But really the environment is created by the team, and they inspire each other and they motivate each other. And that's really what's propelled people like Ella to come in as a national record holder and to continue to get better, and in 1 year, break someone like Caitlin Leverns's 200 IM record.
All right, well, thanks, Coach. Awesome
Thank
job
you.
this weekend. We
Appreciate it, guys.